If life is a 1,000-meter race, some people start at 100 meters, 500 meters, 600 meters, or 900 meters. And obviously, those who start at 900 meter win. But even those who start at 900 meters think they won fair and square because they were competing with others who also started at 900 meter. They feel they deserve it. They feel they're entitled to it. Undoubtedly, they have won, but only among those who started at 900 meters. That's where the problem begins. Those people who are blind to the fact that others started far behind them, they believe totally deserve their victory. I know life is unfair, but I am not asking for fairness. I am asking for recognition of that unfairness. What I see is this. People who start at 900 meter have faster everything. Better nutrition, better training, better shoes, better coaches. Obviously, I'm speaking metaphorically here. In fact, if anything, they should be starting at zero line or even further back. The ones who should start at 900 meters are those who are without shoes, without training, without nutrition. That would be the ideal world. I know there will never be an ideal world. But at least recognize when your starting point is far ahead. Recognize that many people can't even get on the track. For them to even join the race, they first have to build the path that leads to it. My story is this. I am 40 and I am starting yet another startup. Where I come from, there is no startup ecosystem. My family had no network, no net worth. I had to build the entire road to the race myself. Obviously, it takes longer. Meanwhile, those born into the ecosystem, born with the networks and resources, can start at 18. Let me be clear. I don't expect concessions. I don't compare myself with others anymore. And I don't expect those who start at 900 meters to understand either. Because, unfortunately, the rules are written by them. Who is considered worthy of investment? Who gets included? Who gets excluded? The insiders write the rules, and rules favor them. That's the fight I am in. Because when I succeed, it just won't be for me. It will be for those who weren't even invited to the race, for those who had to work twice as hard just to pave the path, get on the track, and then run. Here is my point. It's not about criticizing the system or the people who benefit from it. My message is for those who must carve their own path. One of the mistakes we often make is comparison. For example, I am 40 and Mark Zuckerberg is 40. At 40, he has built Meta into a trillion-dollar company. He is a multi-billionaire. And it's easy for me to say I haven't achieved much. But here is what I must recognize. The nuances, the deeper truths, the place of birth, the inheritance, the network, the net worth. I am not saying Zuckerberg isn't smart. Of course he is. And also I respect him a lot for his achievements. But we tend to compare age as just a number. And when we do, we collapse our work into somebody else's timeline. The reality is, if you have to pave the road yourself, your journey will naturally take longer. And that's okay. The fact that someone has paved their own path and entered the race at all, that journey itself is full of grit, perseverance, and passion. So stop comparing. It's your timeline. It's your path. Your reality is different from anyone else's reality. The only true hindrance is biology. Because age matters, energy changes, obligations grow, time feels limited. But that's exactly why people like me have to focus harder on health, both physical and mental. At 40, you can still work as if you were 18, but not in raw biological energy, but in productivity, focus, and stamina. And that requires care, discipline, management of energy. And to do that, I need to control my health, pilot my own health, and piloting health is challenging. You need to gather information and turn that information into action, create momentum, and adjust and recalibrate constantly based on the feedback that we get from our body. Pilots need instruments and they need co-pilots. That's why I built Gutsphere. First for myself, because I needed a co-pilot for my own health. And now for everyone. Imagine this. If I can work on Gutsphere for next 30 to 40 years with vitality, how much will it grow? How much will it compound? How much impact will it create? And it's all about maintaining health, protecting energy, and staying focused long enough to build something meaningful. Even if I didn't start at 900 meters, if I keep going for decades, maybe I'll achieve at 70 what Zuckerberg achieved at 40. And that's okay because it's my timeline, my race, and my life. And I control how I run it. And there is no better time than today. If I were 40 years old 40 years ago, none of this would be possible. No internet, meaning no democratized access to knowledge. No AI to give me wings for my creativity. No way to prototype, to design, to write, to publish, to compete. Today I can. Even as a non-native English speaker, I can write a good enough website copy or script. Even without access to the world's top specialist, I can leverage AI to get far enough to start. I don't know if I will succeed. But 40 years ago, I wouldn't even have had the chance to try. And that's what gives me hope. The ability to start, to build momentum, to control the variables I can control and work relentlessly on them. There has never been a better time than today. And to all the outsiders, today, at least there is a chance.